What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I hope you all are having a great Taco Tuesday, and I hope all your taco dreams come true. It is Cowboys-Eagles game week. I'm not going to call it hate. I'm going to try and remove the hate here, okay? I'm going to try and remove the hate. The world is so toxic and everything else. Football used to be the thing that would bring people together. And I'm talking about trying to bring people together again. If you want to be an asshole, you can do it without me. So here we are. I am celebrating my team and looking forward to the future, you know. And you can laugh and say, yeah, your season's over. That's fine. That's fine. If that makes you happy, by all means, trash the Cowboys, talk shit, call me a little biatch and everything else, okay? Because what you sound like is a jolted woman. That's what y'all sound like. I'm sorry. That's what y'all sound like. You couldn't get the man, you couldn't keep the man that you wanted. And now you're pissed off. You sitting there talking about, well, he got a little dick anyway. That's what y'all sound like. Y'all, yes, you do. Yes, you do, Eagle fans. Okay? So we're beginning to see the worm turn here a little bit as far as the perception of the Cowboys. I don't know where those people are that said that the Cowboys get an F. You get an F for the trade that you made for Quentin Williams. People said, just wait. Oh, wait for George Pickens. He's going to be toxic. Are we going to find out that George Pickens and A.J. Brown changed? Like they got masks on? That they changed? That they got lost in translation? Oh, shit. Because it seems like A.J. Brown is what they said my man George Pickens was going to be. Remember when they said that George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb weren't going to get along because, you know, George Pickens going to want the ball more, or if he gets the ball more, CeeDee Lamb going to be upset. We got the twins right now. They're wearing the skull caps the same. They're getting busted and in trouble together. They're on the sidelines being benched together. They're doing everything. They're scoring touchdowns and catching passes together. At some point, all of the naysayers may need to go ahead and say, let's wait and see what happens. Because I'm betting if you're a Steeler fan right now looking at an older receiver, DK Metcalf, that you signed that's got about 550 yards versus George Pickens that you only got a third-round pick after you gave up, a second and a third to get DK and $150 million. And you see George Pickens literally like disappearing. The tackles, the cornerbacks, they're trying to tackle him, and they're just tackling air. And then he reappears over here. And then he pole dances the damn end zone, the field goal post. It's gotta hurt. It's gotta hurt. And it seems like somebody who's profiting in on the Dallas Cowboys moves that is a strange bedfellow. Pause. That's the cow turd. The cow turd who used to always tell you that Carson Wentz is a Maserati. Dak Prescott's a Corvette. Remember when it was Dis or Dak? Dis or Dak and things. That the Cowboys are inept. Lately, he's become a fan and applauding what they do. They smile in your face all the time. They want to take your place for backstabbing. Okay, let's go to the cow turd.
So, okay, you can say
the
Raiders. I understand that. But it should be noted,
It was just the Raiders.
Dallas, Quinnen Williams down. Got that linebacker back. That second-round pick is healthy. So Quinnen Williams last night, season high in sacks, 1.5.
Oh, shit.
Career high in quarterback.
Oh, shit.
Another escape from New York success story. Two things are absolutely true. Every player that leaves the toxic New York Jets gets better instantly, and Dallas is probably not as far off as everybody thinks. Dallas has a top 10 to 12 quarterback. Run game's good. Interior D-line, Kenny Clark, Quinnen Williams. The weapons on the perimeter, they stole George Pickens. That's a lot of playoff boxes. Now, the offensive line is young. They're inconsistent on pass protection. But the Cowboys are, after the Packers and Seahawks, the youngest offense in the league. So they are an ascending offense. And remember, I've been on this, they don't need a quarterback. 7 teams in the league are desperate for it. So those 2 first-round picks, quarterback is going to be overdrafted like it is every year. And this year, Dallas is going to be able to manipulate that first round, those 2 picks. So Quinnen Williams now, you watch, he was an all-pro with Robert Saleh. That's what you saw last night. That was the Quinnen Williams. That was an all-pro. Expect that going forward. By the way, Kenny Clark, interior lineman. So not all struggling teams are equal. Dallas is young. They're ascending. They got a top 10 to 12 quarterback. The Jets don't. The Browns don't. The Raiders don't. The Saints don't. The Titans don't. Dallas has the same number of wins as the Miami Dolphins. And I would take Dallas 10 out of 10 times because of Dak. I would take Dallas 10 out of 10 times over Miami. So we can all clown on Jerry Jones. And is he the GM? Whatever he is, he's certainly not the worst GM in the league. But I would say this. The offense is elite. They stole George Pickens. They don't need weapons. Running game feels solid. The O-line has to get better in pass pro. But they're all young.
2 tackles.
The offense is young. And the 2 defensive issues they have, they can solve in the draft because they have 2 first-round picks. So I think Dallas is going to win 6 or 7 games, and they're going to get an elite pass rusher in the draft. But last night, we got to be fair about this. Donovan Ezeraku, their second-round pick last night. Oh, yeah, he's good.
Oh, yeah.
He's a good player. And they got back DeMarvion Overshown, the linebacker. They got him back. Well, he's an athlete. So you started seeing some of those young guys behind Quinnen Williams. And I know it's the Raiders. I get it. I understand it. But again, turn the sound down. Watch their athleticism last night. Quinnen Williams, a career high in quarterback hits and 1.5 sacks, a season high, escape from New York. So we can all say we want to do, but I said this. When they got Quinnen Williams, they did not give up a first-round pick next year. That was very smart by Dallas because 6 to 7 teams are desperate for a quarterback. And there's a bunch of quarterbacks that are probably mid-second, high-second, late first-round picks. They're all going to be overdrafted. They're all going to be overdrafted. Mendoza's going to go 1 or 2. Everybody else probably gets overdrafted. You need a quarterback.
You need a quarterback.
And the following year doesn't appear to be as good a quarterback as this year. There's not 7 or 8 guys that can go in the first couple rounds. So last night they were finally healthy on defense. Jerry Jones said after the win over the Raiders, he could hardly contain himself. Again, not all bad teams are equal. The Raiders don't have anything right from the culture to the run game, head coach. There's a lot of stuff. Dallas has the offense right. Ascending young O-line that run blocks pretty well.
Did it?
Excellent weapons. Stole George Pickens. CeeDee Lamb's a 1. Javonte Williams looks like the Bronco kid. I mean, that offense, I think it's number 2 in the NFL right now. That's fine. Okay. Look at all the bad teams. I'd feel a lot better today about Dallas with those 2 first-round picks. Maybe go get Caleb Downs, Ohio State. Go get an edge rusher. Problem solved. Young, athletic. All right. So.
Wow. The worm has turned. Colin Cowherd, he's been one of the first ones that said that Micah Parsons trade, he likes it, that he's overrated. Well, I tell you what, if the Cowboys find a stud with that first round pick that we have extra this year, if they take that thing and they, let's say they trade back and get themselves a second and another, first round pick instead, and they find a couple of good players to add to the mix, you may start looking at this and saying, Herschel Walker, part 2. Maybe we're not as bad as we think. Alrighty, good people. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you soon. Peace.